In the name of Allah Almighty, the most gracious and the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hope each instance of your life goes well and learn something from the previous lesson. Once again, I think in order to create a connection between the previous lesson as well as the new lesson, it will be better to have a glance on the previous lesson. Our main aim is to enable you to bring something from the previous lesson and connect them or compare them with the new lesson and learn something. Anyway, the previous session, if you have in your minds, we discussed regarding some questions which will be scheduled by the interviewer before we can say to go through, or before to we can say take action, or before to sit with the applicant. I would like to have a brief look regarding those questions. For example, one of those questions was how many candidates will be interviewing. This should be kept in mind by the interviewer. Besides, how long will the interview last? It is too important. The time should be specified for the interview, that how long does it last. Besides, with whom will I be interviewing? These are some questions that should be kept in mind before the interview. I mean, this is the accountability or responsibility of the interviewer to keep this question in his or her mind. Besides, there were, we can say, a few more questions that the interviewer should ask during the interview from the applicant. For example, why do you want to work with us? This will be a question that the interviewer should ask from the applicant. Besides, we can say, what's your experience? Tell us about your experience or accomplishments. This was the other question that we discussed in previous session, that the interviewer should ask from the job applicant. More to the point, there were some tips as well, that it is the accountability of the interviewer, the accountability of the job applicant that should be kept in mind. One of those tips is, for example, arriving on time. Punctuality, or we can say arriving on time, it is too important for the job applicant because it shows his punctuality. And the other, we can say, point was, which is the accountability or responsibility of the applicant, introduce himself in a courteous or right manner, as well as should have information about the literature of the company. Yes, these were some questions that we can say that we studied, that it is the accountability of the job applicant. Besides, we went through the negotiation. What negotiation is? Negotiation is a process by which two parties with different goals and competing interests try to reach agreement on the best course of action. This was the definition of negotiation, as well as we went through some factors that affecting negotiation. Those factors were, for example, gender can affect negotiation, as well as relationship can affect negotiation. These were some points that we went through negotiation. Okay, anyway, today's lesson is also, we can say, regarding negotiation, but it will be regarding the other points of negotiation. Okay, negotiation, we went through before that negotiation is a process, which is, we can say, between two parties, in order to, it is taking place in order to get or close to an agreement. Okay, uh, types of negotiation, it is our today's lesson that we will go through, and besides, we will go through some more points as well. Types of negotiation. Initially, negotiation is divided into two parts. One is distributive negotiation, the other is what? Interrogative negotiation. What is distributive negotiation? Distributive negotiation, which is also called distributive bargaining, it occurs when there is a limited amount of sources and each party assumes if they lose something, the other party will gain something. You know, distributive negotiation. It is a type of negotiation where it occurs with a limited amount of sources. In each board, or we can say each party or each board or each team, they assumes or we can say they think that if one side loses it, the other side is what? It is winner. So each party is trying to come to an agreement based on their interests and needs. For each party is working to get more than the other party. Each party is trying to get more. Each party is, we can say, thinking regarding its own advantage or its own profit here. For instance, بطور مثال, a client may feel if a provider does not lower the price for a service, they will be paying too much. And the service provider may feel if they decrease the price, they will lose money. Doubtless. یعنی اینجا اگر فکر بکنین یک سایت کوشش میکنه یعنی دی حتمانی نیست که در distributive negotiation که هر دو ساید دارای پرافیت باشه پرافیت به دست بیاره خب کوشش هر دو جوانب میکنه یعنی اگر یک مشتری طور مثال شاید یک مشتری فکر بکنه هنگامی که یک بایه یا کسی که طور مثال یک چیز سرش پروشه میگه هنگامی که و اگر نرخ پایین نکنه من زیاد پیسه باید بپردازم برش کی به تاوان است خو on the contrary باز provider چی میکنه provider may feel if he or she decreases the price they will lose money provider باز به این گمان است اگر طور مثال پول همون خدمتی که برش مهیا میکنه اگر قیمتش پایین بیاره اینجا پیسه از چیش میره از دستش میره دیگه distributive negotiation it is a type of negotiation where both parties or both teams they are trying to get their profit and each of these team A's we can say trying that to get we can say whatever is we can say intended and besides each of these team assumes that if they lose something the other team will we can say gain something. This was distributive negotiation. The other is interrogative negotiation. Interrogative negotiation, in this type of negotiation there is we can say a win-win feeling or this type of negotiation is often referred to as win-win. Interrogative negotiation occurs when everyone benefits from the agreement. In order to come to interrogative agreement each party receives some values يعني there win-win has. What does it mean? It means both sides are negotiating and both sides are we can say both sides wants to have or we can say to reach to their intended goal. The interrogative negotiation process may take longer because both parties have to feel fully satisfied before coming to an agreement. For instance, بطور مثال, if a client believes a provider should reduce the cost of their service at $800 and the provider believes they maintain the cost of their service at $1,000, so the two parties may negotiate to a 900 service. In this case both parties win $100. یعنی هدف انتواگری نگوشیشن چی است؟ طوری که گفتیم it follows the model of win-win. چی معنی؟ This type of negotiation is often referred to win-win. یعنی اینجا هر دو ساید از هم فلکسیبیلیتی نشان میده و کوششش به ایست تا به یک اگریمنت برسه. This type of negotiation is often referred to as win-win. Interrogative negotiation occurs when everyone benefits from the agreement. فرض مذرت که اینجا یعنی اینجا هر دو ساید یا هر دو گروه که نگوشیشن میکنم هدف چیست که تا به چی کلوز شود به اگریمنت صورت بگیره. طور مثال را که دیدن طور مثال که if a client believes a provider should reduce the cost of their service at $800 and the providers believe they maintain the cost of their service at $1,000. So the two parties یعنی دو ساید هنگامی که نگوشیشن میکنه they negotiate to to 900 service. In this case both parties win $100. یعنی اینجا هر دو جوانب هر دو به اصطلاح پاردیز هر دو گروه که نگوشیشن میکنه هر دو گروه $100 به دست میاره یا $100 از آن خود میکنه. This was the interrogative negotiation where both sides focus on win-win model. It means both sides win their own profit or we can say win their own benefit. بسیار خوب. Main styles of negotiation. Negotiation has these styles which are competition or we can say compete. دیگه چی از collaborate or we can say collaboration که پسان انشالله با جزیات براتان واضح میشه. دیگه compromising یا compromise هست. دیگه avoid هست. دیگه هم چی است accommodate هست. let's discuss regarding these styles with more details. بیان که جزیات styles با جزیات بخوانیم. Negotiation has the styles below. اول چی است avoiding. This style is used by parties who dislike negotiation and tend to avoid it. یعنی این style of negotiation توسط دو parties یا دو تیم که با هم negotiation میکنه استفاده میشه و یعنی هیچ یک از اینا نمیخواه که داخل negotiation شوه. یعنی طور مثال براتان بگویم که هیچ یک از اینا نمیخواه. یعنی اگر یکش نمیخواه و دیگه کوشش میکنه که تیم دیگم یعنی برنده نشوه. اگر خودش برنده نمیشه به تیم برنده نشوه. یعنی هر دو گروه اینجا چی میکنه they try to we can say create barriers in order to avoid negotiation to we can say not allow negotiation to be occurred. The style of negotiation follows I lose you lose model. یعنی اینجا هر دو گروه I lose you lose model تعقیب میکنه. یعنی اینجا هر دو گروه طور مثال اگه یکش میگه که من ایره باختم باید شما ببازین شما باید نبیارین ای چیزا را. The second style of negotiation is accommodating. Here the individual tries to solve other party's problem and tries to preserve personal relationships. Here the personal relationship is important. Here focus is on the personal relationship. This style of negotiation focuses on the I lose you win model. یعنی اینجا I lose you win model چی میشه فوکس سرش میشه یا فالو میشه. مدل I lose you win چی معنی؟ طور مثال یک تیم میگه که I lose you win. ما یعنی طور مثال داری امرایتان نگوشیشن میکنم خب ما فرض مثال نمیخوایم شما باید ایره چی کنین به دست بیارین. طور مثال یک پروژه است دیگه یک دو تیم است. طور مثال یک تیم با تیم دیگه همکاری میکنه نگوشیشن میکنه امرایش خودشان یعنی کوشش نمیکنه که برنده شه ولی تیم مقابل چی میکنه تیم مقابله برنده می سازه. خب accommodating your cooperative negotiators focus on preserving یا maintaining relationships and building a friendly rapport by sacrificing some of their company's interest in favor of opposite parties' interest. بسیار خوب، چقدر خوب. یعنی اینجا the accommodating negotiators, they would like to sacrifice some of their company's interest and they take action in favor of the opposite party interest. یعنی چیزی که از خود داره واره قربانی کمپانی دیگه میکنه و کوشش میکنه که امرایش فرندلی ریلیشنشپ داشته باشه و کمی قسمت کمپانی را قربانی میسازه تا کمپانی دیگه یا پارتی دیگه بتانه یعنی برنده شوه. خب بر صورت نیوه. خب دیگه چی است؟ دیگه competition. Individuals who prefer the competing style of negotiation see negotiation as a game that must be won at any cost. بسیار خوب. ستایل دیگه که competition هست، رقابت است. یعنی اینجا هر دو پارتیز، یعنی ای کس چون یک گیم است، هر دو parties یا هر دو تیم یا هر دو negotiation parties, they would like to be winner. They insist to win, we can say, or they insist not to be loser. This competitive style of negotiation follows the model of I win, you lose. یعنی اینجا چی است در competitive؟ As I mentioned before, each of the parties or each of the team, they try to be winner. They try not to lose their interest. یعنی I win you lose مدل تعقیب میکنه که I win به معنی که هر تیم از اینا کوشش میکنه که برنده شوه. The negotiators here focus on achieving short-term goals quickly. Here each of the negotiators, they are enthusiastic to focus on the attainment of short-term goals quickly. بسیار خوب. So this was competing style of negotiation, which enough information was given regarding this. Okay, let's go through the other style, which is collaborating, or we can say collaboration. A collaborative style of negotiation follows the model of I win, you win. I win, you win. یعنی به این معنی که both of the teams, we can say they are interested, or we can say they are enthusiastic to be winner. We can say each of the team, they prefer each other to be winner. Collaborative negotiators are focusing on the parties' needs that meet in the agreement. The collaborative negotiators want to strengthen, establish, and build relationships without compromising or cooperating in bargaining their company's best interest. It means without, we can say, compromising or without bargaining regarding the company's best interest. They would like to strengthen, or we can say establish and build up relationship. Yani ininja focus riches. The focus, or we can say the focus is mainly on creation, or we can say creation of the strength relationships. They would like to strengthen, establish, and build relationships, and they do not insist mostly on their company's best interest. Yes, it is said that the collaborative style of negotiation is effective in most business conciliation. بسیار مفید است چون in this style of negotiation the model of I win, you win is focused. When this model is focused, doubtless there will be flexibility between these two teams in order to get closer, in order to reach their goals, or in order to, we can say, reach their agreement. The fifth style is compromising. Compromising style of negotiation follows I win, lose some, you win, lose some model. It means I should win, we can say some, but lose. Besides, I should lose something as well. يعني يج مقدار بعد بدست بيانم ويج مقدار حماس دست بتمقسمنا مشاكي خب you win, lose some. It means you also should win something and you also should lose something. يعني یک چیز بدست باید بیانیم یک چیز باید از دست بتیم. This model, or we can say yes, this model is focused, or this model is followed by compromising style of negotiation. خب in order to reach or get close to the agreement, the compromiser negotiators often relinquish, or we can say hand over, some terms in favor of gaining others, or we can say they would like to, we can say, change some of the terms and condition in favor of gaining the others. They should, we can say, sacrifice something in order to get something else. They should lose something in order to get something else. یعنی یک چیز باید قربانی کنه از دست بده تا یک چیز دیگر به دست بیاره. This is the other style of negotiation. Okay, the other part is barriers to negotiation. What type of barriers stops negotiation, or we can say what type of barriers stops, or we can say stops negotiation not to be occurred? Yes. Barriers to negotiations, there are different barriers to negotiation. The first one is die as bargainer. They are persons who pull for every advantage and try to make every concession. What does concession mean? Something which is allowed or given up, often in order to end a disagreement, come from the negotiation. Die has barriers. It means in this is a barriers where it, we can say, focuses to fill the negotiation, not to occur negotiation or stop the negotiations. And here we can say the negotiators, they, we can say, do not want to bargain or do not want to discuss in order to end, we can say, a disagreement and create an agreement, or we can say reach an agreement. The other barrier that we can say stop negotiation, or we can say does not allow negotiation to be occurred, it is lack of trust. If there is lack of trust between the two parties or the two teams, doubtless it is also a barrier. It does not allow the negotiation to be occurred. Lack of trust. When there is lack of trust, agreements are possible, but if it take precautions required enforcement mechanism. Okay, lack of trust does not allow negotiation to be occurred. The other is structural impediments. The absence of the other party in negotiation process of other who don't belong there is argued power to block the negotiation. When the negotiation is occurred, if one team is present but the other is absent, or we can say the other team sends someone who is not able to, we can say, completely represent the the other team, it is also a barrier that stops negotiation and does not allow negotiation to be occurred. The fourth barrier is spoiler. What does it mean? Spoiler, they are certain stakeholder, or we can say shareholders, who have the power to block the negotiation. Spoilers, as I mentioned before, they are shareholders that they themselves have the power, the authority, the strength to stop negotiation, or we can say block negotiation. The fifth barrier is cultural and gender differences. Cultural differences as well as gender differences, it is also a barrier that does not allow the negotiation to be occurred. For example, cultural barrier. We have some cultural values, or they do not allow us. For example, they do not allow us to negotiate. For example, this is our part of Islam as well, and culturally it is also accepted. Women, for example, in some society or in some context, women are not allowed to negotiate with men. This is what? This is a barrier. And the other is gender differences. For example, gender. Women is not allowed to negotiate with the men. This is also what? A barrier in negotiation. And our holy religion has already been prohibited these as well. Okay, this was today's lesson. Hope you learned something from today's lesson. And if you have any question, as I repeatedly told you in previous session as well, as I'm repeating, telling you, as I'm repeating, if you have any question, do not hesitate me to send your question through my WhatsApp. My WhatsApp is available for everybody, and everybody can benefit from my WhatsApp. Thank you. Have a nice time. See you.